Welcome to the NAMB Podcast, where we bring you the voices that drive the mortgage industry. Join dynamic hosts Ginger Bell and Matt Shields as they dive into bold conversations with top experts, industry leaders, and change makers from across the country. From insider insights to game-changing trends, this is your front row seat to what's happening right now in the world of home finance.
Well, hi there. Welcome to another episode of the NAMB Podcast. My name is Ginger Bell, and I have my co-host with me, Matt Shields. How are you doing today, Matt?
Ginger, I'm doing so good. I'm so excited to be here, and I'm so excited for our guests. We're just having a great time in the green room, joking around, and I think everyone's going to love them today.
Absolutely. So, Matt, July is Technology Month for NAMB. And
Yep.
so one of the things we wanted to do is to really focus on our industry partners that have so much in the space of technology for our industry. And one of the first ones we thought of was our industry partner, LendingPad. So we have two special guests from LendingPad. We have Don MacKillop, who is a senior account executive. Hey, Don.
Hey, how are you?
We're happy to have you here. And then we have Brandon Edwards, who is the product solution manager for LendingPad. So you guys, thanks for joining us today.
Glad to be here.
Absolute pleasure.
Yeah, so I think for our audience, a lot of people know what LendingPad is and what you all provide, but why don't we just, kick it off with just a quick overview. And Brandon, I mean, you're obviously the product solutions manager, so you know what you have, probably what's coming down the pike. So why don't you kind of just give an overview as far as what LendingPad provides?
Yeah, absolutely. We're a cloud-based LOS platform. We're able to provide the LOS functionality for brokers, lenders, all of the above. Essentially, we've been in the industry over 10 years. We have just over 50,000 hands on keyboards every day. So we've been tried and tested. We have a number of integrations. So, and we're looking to continue to grow.
I love it. Well, an LOS is important, and that's really the key. And I know, Matt, obviously you and the team you're building, it's probably where you start, right? As far as, you can't do anything and, taking an application, you can have some conversations, but I mean, that's the center of it, right?
Yeah, it's home base. Home base is the LOS, and then I can't wait to hear, what the other extra features are that can be synced up to LendingPad, because that's the whole big aspect is you have home base as your LOS. And now with technology improving the way it is in our industry, there's so many features that come into play too. So I'm so excited to hear about that. But yeah, the LOS is kind of home base.
Yeah, and that's important. And so, I mean, let's kind of unpack that. And, Don, you're account executive, senior account executive out in the field.
Yeah.
What are some of those other elements, the hubs in the wheel, if you will, those spokes that kind of pull everything together that brokers should be having in addition to their LOS?
Yeah, that's a great question. And sometimes you got these guys that are jumping up, they're pretty new, and they don't know what they don't know, right?
Right.
They're going out there, they're grabbing as much tech as they can, but they don't take the time to truly learn it, the ins and outs and how it really makes them work smarter and harder, right? And a lot of the times with turnover and all that, they just fall off and it really never gets used to the potential that it needs to be used. So you have a very big learning curve between these new guys and I like to say, familiar faces out there that have been around. That have been around.
That's a very polite way of saying old dogs.
Bingo, right? Familiar faces that have been around as long as I have, and a lot of my colleagues have as well. So, if you got your people out there like that have been around for a long time, your NFMs, all that, they've seen it all. But the big thing about that tech is everybody wants to create that as best a client experience as possible, right? Because if you mess, so within our LOS, we have a built-in POS. That is phenomenal right off the bat for your loan originators, right?
Okay.
So the loan originator can start the application, or they can send a link to the prospect to start the application. More than one person that can be inside that application on the POS or LOS side. So, and they can chat. So right off the bat, you're really providing an environment that allows the client or prospect, right, to start, working with that customer, answering questions. Oh, I'm having a hard time with some declarations. Hey, you know what? Let me hop on there too while you're on there. So having the LOS and a built-in POS and the ability to kind of jump in there and help each other out is phenomenal. So I would say right there is from a tech perspective, is one, get it, learn it, stay with it, don't let it go away. Another great thing about LendingPad is we have meetings every week about enhancements that are coming out.
Oh,
And it's unbelievable, right? So it's pretty exciting to be able to see something like that. I hope that answered it for you.
it did, absolutely. And the tech stack, and that, Matt, that's one of the things, obviously, for the newer loan originators that are coming in, especially for your group with young professionals, knowing what they need in that tech stack is so important. And I mean, you think about, Matt, some of the things, you may think about that they need, just kind of lift, you mentioned a POS, which, it's like, okay, that's going to be your first point of contact, right? Does it integrate with your LOS? And then your CRM, it's like, what is it doing from there? I think we were on a call and I can't remember who it was, but they said that like 27% of loan originators use a CRM.
It's unbelievable. That should be 100%. That is so unbelievable.
So
Yeah.
just,
And
I
that,
mean,
and that comes
almost
down to the average
3/4
age
of
of
the
a loan officer
industry
too, right?
Yeah.
doesn't even use a CRM. Doesn't mean they don't have it. Just means they don't use it, right?
Hmm.
So, as far as with that, and Brandon, we can talk about some of the enhancements because you talked about you can integrate with the POS, right? Obviously, you're taking care of the main crux of everything, and for a lot of our audience, mortgage brokers, being able to have it work with the wholesale lender is also important as well, right? So let's
Yeah.
unpack that a little bit. What are the things that's important for a mortgage broker in their LOS that they should be looking at?
Yeah, I'll take that one down. I
You
think
got
I'll
it.
start with two of our favorite sayings would probably be support and training. First and foremost, your platform is only as good as the support around it.
Right.
We like to say our support is always one click away within a chat, and then 2 clicks away, you'll be able to join our live support session, and we can walk you through any issues that you're experiencing. But outside of that, I would say the configurability within the system. Just as you said, the POS is an amazing integration that comes out of the box with the platform. So out of the box, there's a lot of information or a lot of tools available at your disposal. You'll have access to business rules that are already configured for you. You'll just activate them. So if you want that automation within the system, we also have the ability to connect to various CRMs and outside platforms via our API connection. So having that all-encompassing functionality within a platform is really beneficial.
Yeah, and critical because, anything you can do to streamline the process to where you don't have a lost, connection, I think is important. So having that API integration
Mhm.
is important. And the fact that you can do that, because for most people, it's like, okay, what is an API integration? What does that mean? How do I do it? Because, especially for our broker community, they don't have a tech team.
Right. Mhm. And with this platform, you're able to scale and grow without that full team. It's really easy to within a matter of 10 seconds, you can transition a loan from a lender file to a broker file, all by just assigning a lender to that file. And then within that section, we'll also populate their fees. So we manage their fees on the back end as well. Just always looking to make the process as efficient as and comfortable for for our originators.
That's amazing. When you're taking that headache away from the originator to log in and put in fees, maybe they're taking 30 to 45 minutes to try to do this or try to do that. Well, that could be 2 or 3 phone calls they made to a pre-approved buyer or a realtor partner or whoever. So the fact you're there to streamline it for them, that's huge for the broker community. It's so big.
Yeah, and they can even create multiple scenarios, Matt, which is huge too.
A lot.
So right within the LOS, deliver that through. So it's really creates that environment to help them succeed.
Yeah, that's correct, Don. We have a
Yeah,
really neat
unpack
feature.
that a little bit because, I think that's one of the things when you are creating scenarios and you're having a conversation with the borrower, having, options, I think is important, right?
Mm,
Absolutely. So at a glance, our loan officers, they'll have the ability to compare up to 4 loan scenarios. They can configure the various down payments and various fees that they would like to be included with that program. And then they'll have the ability to send a print form over to the client. So at a glance, they'll know what their total monthly payment would be, the interest costs associated with each program, along with the interest savings. And then we
That's
have a really neat feature as well for you, Matt. I'm pretty sure you'll like this. So within that scenario section, our originators, they can simply, let's say if a user decides to go with a different scenario, as an originator, you won't have to go back into the system and rekey every field. You'll just select apply scenario for that specific scenario to update the loan.
Oh, that's nice. And for our listeners, if you're not using that feature, if you're not building out a presentation for every client, you're missing the boat. If you're offering somebody one thing, well, they're going to go call someone else. So be that advisor, be that expert, use the software within LendingPad, put together a presentation and really wow your client. Because if you give someone multiple options, they're going to pick one. That's amazing. You guys have it streamlined and set up like that to not have them go in and reinvent the wheel for each scenario that apply. That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
it
really
works out really well. We usually get a pretty big ooh and ah when we're on our demos.
yeah.
It's an ooh-ah moment.
Yeah, it's an ooh-ah moment, exactly. So a lot of the LOs are sitting there and you see them talking, they're writing down, and you gotta, being a loan originator for 12 years, you sometimes lose them. So, you gotta shake something shiny to get our attention back, right? And then and show them more. But they really love that aspect, that functionality.
And
Well,
that's
that
just
goes
that's
with the
where the
borrowers as well. It's like those ooh-ah
Oh yeah.
moments. Matt, to your point of don't just give them one option.
Hmm.
People will make decisions based on choices. So if you don't give them the choices yourself, then they're going to find another choice. And that's, looking for another originator, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Whereas if you're giving them, hey, you need to make a decision. This is your decision. And I'm going to give you that ooh-ah moment. I'm going to, earn your business because I'm going to help you and guide you, and we're going to find what's best for you. So now you're switching and you're becoming a consultant.
Correct. Consultative, the subject matter expert,
Yeah.
owning that whole journey for that client, that prospect who's, it's going to be one of the biggest things they do, whether it's a purchase or a refinance, whatever, of their home, being able to let them feel like that they're at the helm, but you're educating them about what they need to do to get to where they want to be. It's a really nice experience that you're able to provide using the scenarios within the LOS.
And
Absolutely.
as an originator, I still know so many originators and young professionals who are typing long emails that probably took them 45 minutes to type up
Wow.
that their client doesn't want to read.
Yeah.
So using that software, using that presentation, you could probably do it in 5 minutes. And then now you're owning more of your day so you can do more things that you need to do. But just putting yourself in the consumer's perspective, if I got a presentation from somebody that I could get a nice visual of exactly how it looks, I'm way more inclined to use that originator than to read a 30 paragraph email about what the pros and cons are.
Hmm.
So if there's that originator listening who's not into tech, this is a very good first way to dip your toe into tech is hop in LendingPad, put together a presentation, and use that to get comfortable to start getting into some more tech.
Couldn't
Yeah,
agree more.
and do a presentation, like you said, Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't just send an email,
Yeah, do the
but
presentation.
schedule a call, do a presentation, answer their questions, do all those kind of things, right?
Yeah, and this is where that service quality becomes a huge differentiator for originators. With the onset of AI, this is where you can really start to separate yourself. Is, AI has a really hard time being that customer service, that interaction. Hi, how are you doing? How are your kids doing? I know you're looking for a home now because school is out. Just those small details can really begin to set you apart as an originator. And within our POS, your consumers, they'll also have the ability to directly message you for any issues that they may be experiencing. Or once they select save on that first screen, you'll have access to that file within the LOS to assist them as well.
Oh, wow.
I love it. So let's talk about kind of tech trends. And I know, obviously, Brandon, you probably see a lot of the things that are coming down, but you probably also see it's like, okay, what else is happening out there? I have a feeling you're probably a tech geek. And I know I'm a tech geek, and I always like AI, what's the newest thing? I'm always playing around in different software. What trends are you seeing tech-wise within the industry that brokers really need to pay attention to? Not the shiny object. I was like, oh, that looks fun, but what are the critical things that they need to have in order to compete?
I think to be competitive in the market, for a broker, you'll definitely want software that can grow with you. But along with that, you'll want to continue to grow in the industry, continue to learn. Things are forever evolving. So you'll want to continue to grow on that same level as well. The automation and AI are two of the biggest trends that we are seeing within the platform.
Really?
So, and yeah, absolutely. So we're definitely looking to increase additional features for our AI and automation within the platform. We do this on a weekly basis. We'll get together and say, what are some of the top requests that are coming in? And will these requests actually meet the needs of our clients?
Yeah, AI is so important. And I know, Matt, you have a lot of your team that uses AI, right?
Oh, yeah, they're using, and we kind of have our, our company guardrails put in place for our proprietary Copilot, but just easy things. Letter of explanations is one, but really getting into, I love how my team's using it because we have the guardrails in place so we can do this on ours versus, a chat GPT, but we drop in a bank statement and say, hey, show me any reoccurring charges over this threshold. So something that would take someone normally 5, 6, 7 minutes, you're looking through a bank statement, you can drop it and get a response within 30 seconds. The team's using Copilot to build agents to drop a contract in that pulls up the closing date, the earnest money, is there credits, and all the little details. So it's crazy just building some agents this and that way, and using it for upfront support could take what would normally take a loan officer an hour, and they can do it in 15 minutes. And then now it's because our time is, the more you're on the phone, the more money you're going to make. So it's like, how can I get out of these little processes and incorporate AI so I'm just on the phone all day? And that's
I
when
love that saying, the more you're on the phone, the more money you're going to make.
That's it. It comes down to that. Like, you just got to be on the phone, smiling and dialing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it.
Smiling
And the key is in the numbers too, right? It's like, I was in Atlanta last week speaking at an event for realtors, and there was a realtor there who last year had 192 listings. And, and she said, that the magic is in the math. It's like, if you do the numbers, it'll work. And if you have the systems in place that streamline your operations and give you the things like what LendingPad does, then you're going to be able to spend more time focusing on those revenue generating activities, which is important. Don, I know you're in the field a lot. You're in Boston, one of my favorite.
I'm in Boston.
We get you up. It's like, okay, what's the top 3 Boston phrases that people have to know when they travel to Boston?
Okay, when you come down to Boston, if you're asking for directions and you have to turn around, they're going to tell you to bang a Yui. So they're going to tell you if it's back behind you, and say you have to go back down by the garden, you have to go straight, bang a Yui, and that means you're heading back in the other direction.
Oh my God, I love that. Okay, we're going to use that. That's good. We're going to definitely use that. I love that. That's one. What else?
That's one. 2, I mean, we just have so many that people just look at us like we weren't even born in the United States. It's, let's see, bang a Yui. You know what? I can't believe I'm not really
Park the
thinking
car.
about it. Park the car. Well, you see, that's a big fallacy out here in Boston, because out in Harvard there's There is no Harvard Yard. You can't park a car in Harvard Yard. There's no Harvard Yard. So you can go out to Harvard, you can drive around wherever you want to, but you ain't gonna park in a Harvard Yard. Um, you can go to the guy, you can go to the well, which is now TD Garden, or go out to Fenway. And if you go out to Fenway, all of our the big thing, you might be sitting in one of the local bars or something like that, and you'll hear somebody, man, I hope they're hitting some dingers. Well, a
What was
dinger is
that?
a dinger.
A
A dinger.
dinger.
It's a home
I
run.
saw it. Oh, it's a
Yeah.
home
Yeah.
run.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you'd be sitting there and go, man, I hope the park's full of dingers. And you just I've had friends with me from, Chicago, Ohio, and they just go, what did he say?
What did you say?
I go,
Right? Is that English? Is that
Right,
English?
exactly. So there's a lot
It's such a great ballpark too, Fenway. It's like
it is.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
years ago I was in Boston. It happened to be my birthday, and we went to a bar right down by Fenway. And I said, whoever we were with said, okay, what's a drink we should have? Pickleback.
Ginger, it's a bar.
It's a bar.
It's a bar.
It's a
Not a
bar.
bar.
Yeah, I know. And I always love going there because it's ginger.
Ginger. Yep.
Ginger.
Yep. Yeah, we destroy the King's English, that's for sure.
But the best people. So with that, dare we digress? What are you seeing? What are you seeing out there calling on mortgage brokers that what are they using that's working well tech-wise? What are the things that are making them stand out? What are the things that really brokers should be saying, hey, you know what, I really need to do that right now. That's gonna move my needle.
You needle, yeah. What I'm seeing there is don't be afraid to call, even though there's another broker down on the other corner. You're probably going to know who they are. They've been in the industry a long time, and there's a reason for it. So don't be afraid to go over and talk and find out why. And a lot of the people that have been around for, 10, 15, 20 years or more, basically it's because they've changed. They've adopted technology. They've changed with the times. And it all came down to technology as it was growing. Don't be afraid of it. Embrace it. So what I'm seeing right now, and almost to what you said, Matt, I can tell when I walk into a place, as I stated, I was a loan originator for a long time. But when I turn to the other side, the wholesale and everything else going into broker shops, I look at that leader list, right? And you see whose names were up there, and you started talking to them. Most of those guys that were in the lead weren't in the office. They were out there, hitting the realtors, doing what they needed to do. And with proper technology now, they don't have to go out as much because of the technology like an MMI or, all those guys out there that grab that and help you target those realtors, which is huge. So I would say your biggest thing is your tech is there to help you succeed. It's all there. It's at your fingertips. You just can't be afraid to embrace it and then use it and just ask questions.
Yep, that's the critical part. Great advice is to be able to identify what it is you need, what are you lacking, and how to identify. And I know you have on LendingPad, there's a download that you have that is the 10 things you should look for in your LOS. So those are the kind of things, NAMB, we have some great resources that are available for this month for technology on what you should have in your tech stack, what to look for, on the compliance side. I mean, just all kinds of tools and resources that we have available at NAMB. Obviously, with our industry partners, with LendingPad, you provide a lot of critical information. So pay attention to that. It's like those are things, pay attention to the things that are going on. And everybody's busy, but it's like we send out a NAMB chat newsletter every week. Set it up to where that goes into a folder. And so if you don't have time to read it right now, that's okay, but put it into a folder. And then, Saturday, or if you're standing, if you're sitting at the soccer game, or, if you're, standing in Starbucks, go through and read those things, educate yourself,
Bingo.
find out those things, because that's what's going to make a difference. And, the competition part, I mean, Matt, with NAMB, you have a lot who you compete with in your area, and specifically in Ohio, that are a lot of leaders with even within NAMB and with the Ohio Association, and you guys help each other.
It's the mindset of NAMB is how can we help each other? Of course, we are competitors. We're in the same market, but there's plenty of business out there to get. And one thing I want to say is the technology won't replace the loan officer, but the loan officer not using tech will be replaced by the one who is. Like if you're a loan originator, you have to be using the tech. You have to streamline your service. You have to make everything a better customer service aspect for the consumer. So that LO who is using tech, you will be in this industry for a while. The loan officer not using tech, you're going to be out soon enough as you're not adapting to these things. It's kind of is what it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
They'll be successful.
So I'm going to leave it with one question I want to ask for Brandon, and I know you look at a lot of tech. What are the top 3 things, in addition to an LOS, that a broker should be like, you know what, this is critical. This is what you need to have. What are those top 3 things that they should have in their tech stack?
We'll start with the reporting. 2 of those things being 2 of the biggest things would be the NMLS call report and the HMDA reporting. We'll take care of those for you. To generate those reports, it's really straightforward. We'll show you how to generate the report, but as you're entering the data at the loan level, we're tracking that information and making it reportable. Another thing would be the support. Do you have the support to grow? We don't know what we don't know. And sometimes it's hard to, as a loan officer, we understand time is money. If it takes me a half hour to figure out how to run credit or how to get this file over to my wholesale lender, that's a lot of time out of my day. And then I think the last thing would definitely be our training. How can we continue to grow within the platform? So we offer both recorded and live training sessions. So if you ever want to join a session and where you can be in a live session, you can ask those questions and have them answered for you. So I think those would be three of the top things.
Critical things to look at. So when you're looking at tech and your tech stack, make sure you're looking for those 3 things, which is so important. Well, very good. So Brandon, Matt, Brandon, you're from Detroit. Matt, you're from Ohio. So we've got football season coming up here soon. You guys, a little wager here as far as
Go Bucks, OH.
Oh yeah, Matt will be hearing from me.
Love to get you guys down here for a tailgate. Come down.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, let's get you guys down here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I know LendingPad, you're going to be at NAMB National. Coming up in October. And so if you guys have any questions, reach out. We're going to put the information there. Make sure and stop by the booth if you have questions.
Please come by.
And check them out. So that's important. And of course, we appreciate your support, all the support for NAMB as an industry partner. LendingPad is so important to us because by being an industry partner, it helps us to be able to bring the education and the resources and the things that NAMB does. And so we just want you to know we appreciate that. So thank you to you and to your team.
Likewise. Thank you as well.
This has been great.
Okay, Matt. Well, let's close out another episode of the NAMB podcast. Hey, we are here every single week, and it's industry. This month, it's going to be focusing on technology, so those kind of things. So we're going to have a lot more coming up, including we have a special guest coming up, Dave Savage. So I'm excited to have Dave.
Nice.
Yeah, everybody knows Dave. And so, Matt, thank you so much. You guys make sure like, subscribe, follow us, and share us. So you can find us at nambpodcast.com.
Thanks for tuning in to the NAMB Podcast, brought to you by the National Association of Mortgage Brokers. For more episodes, resources, and guest interviews, visit nambpodcast.com. Don't forget to follow, share, and subscribe, and we look forward to seeing you soon.